So we had our first garage sale, and it was somewhat of a success. We got rid of a lot of little stuff, about $200 worth. We didn't sell any of the big items like the couch, the TV set, and the kitchen dinette, but that's okay. That'll come in time, I know. I put it out on Craigslist and eBay classified, so they'll sell pretty soon here. Some of the things I learned. Boy, you gotta be ready to get organized. You know, you're thinking, I'll just throw a few things together, put them all in the garage, and people will come. No. As we started digging through the kitchen, as we started digging through cupboards, you wouldn't believe what we found. Just all kinds of stuff we didn't even remember we had. So be prepared to take time to get ready. Last year, I would wait till like Thursday and Friday when I did my garage sales, and I would put out a little bit of stuff here and there and sell some stuff. But this time I really wanted to get rid of a lot of stuff. So I started a week before. So I started the Monday. So, you know, I wasn't obviously doing it full time. I would do it when I got off work. So about 3 hours in the evening, I would work on garage sale stuff. So what I had to do was get my garage cleaned. So I had to sweep it out. So I basically moved all the stuff to one side that was already in the garage from last year's garage sale and stuff that I accumulated over the year. And I swept it out, scooted everything back to that same side, swept out all the leaves and dirt. There was a lot of leaves and dirt. So then I started kind of getting a feel for what I had, pushing things and putting them in their own little groups, and then bringing stuff from the house out to the garage sale. Then I worked with my daughter because she had some stuff in here, and we sifted through stuff, and we just basically anything that was trash we put in a trash bag and laid it out for the trash man. And then made some choices on some stuff that didn't sell last year that I'm thinking they probably won't sell. And I could have donated it, but it was like really, really old or broken. So I thought I'll just throw it away. So we threw away a few trash bags. So then started organizing things, and then I went to Walmart and bought some more price tags, because I had some price tags from last year, but I bought some more. And I started pricing things. And I even bought these little handy tag ones that have a tie on them. So some of the dresses and some of the clothes or anything that a sticker probably wouldn't stay on because of the material it was on, I put tags on there, and that was nice to be able to have that. So then I tried to create aisles. So what I did was I had a bunch of stuff laid out on one side of the garage, then a bunch of stuff laid out in like a row on the other side of the garage, and then I had some stuff in the middle of the garage, so you could kind of come in one aisle, look around, and leave the other aisle, because I wanted to make sure people went all the way in to check out everything we had. Another thing I did was I tried to group things together. So all my kids' stuff, well, not my kids' stuff, but my grandkids' stuff, I tried to put into kind of an area, and then anything that had to do with sport and fitness, like we had a racket ball and a pull-up bar, and we put that all in one group, and then Christmas stuff was all in one group, and then pictures and frames were all in one box, so that people would if they were looking for certain things, they could see them in their little group. I wanted to get some interest to see if anybody wanted to buy the TV. I know big items aren't the greatest thing for garage sales, so what I did was I grabbed the box. I had kept the box just in case I had to return the TV, and then end up being too lazy to throw it away. So I still had it. Of course, I've only had it for a year. So I actually put that out and then put a sign on it that said, "Ask to see TV inside." And I actually had some people ask to see that. And I did that with the furniture as well. I took one of the chairs from the dinette set and put a sign on there that said, "Ask to see more furniture inside." And some people actually asked about that. Tables are definitely something you want to have. A friend of mine had some tables, so I was able to borrow 3 tables from them. And because the year before, I just laid everything out on rugs and not towels, but comforters and things like that. And I guess that's not a big deal. But, you know, people were bending down and having to look at stuff. But with tables, it's much easier for people to shop to see what you have. So just to go over a few tips that I have written down in my blog. Make sure you check out my blog, UncleBobbyJr.com. I write a little bit more than what I talk about in these videos, and you can kind of follow our adventure. So one of the things is, like I said before, borrow some tables if you can. Also, sort your stuff, like I mentioned, organize it. So it's much easier for people if they're looking for clothes or baby clothes. Put all that together, put toys together so they can see everything you have to offer as far as that category. Big, clear signs. I put a big sign out on the corner of a main street near our house I suppose I could have put more signs, but I knew that other people had garage sale signs that would kind of draw people as they drive by. So I put it on a main road that I knew people drove by to get to other roads and drives in the neighborhood. So I figured they'd see mine and they'd come on in, and that's actually what some people mentioned as they saw. Going along with big clear signs is you want to post things like on Craigslist. I actually posted mine on Craigslist, and I put my address and everything. And I actually had a lady mention, she came early in the morning, and she said she had plugged in garage sales for Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and mine was the first one that popped up. Apparently Google organizes garage sales for you, and mine popped up, and so that's why she stopped by. She didn't buy anything though, but at least she stopped by. Simplify your pricing. Make sure they can see all your prices. Last year I put stickers on back of things because I didn't want them to be like stuck on the front, but that's where I used the tags that I tied on there, so that's helpful. But it was much easier for them to find. They wouldn't have to pick it up and turn it over and look for it. Sometimes you may have to put it on the bottom, like if it's a little ornament or something like that, you might have to put it on the bottom, but make sure it's nice and clear and bright. Walmart has those stickers that are like really bright colors you can put on there, like neon green and pink and things like that, so they can easily find the prices. The only thing that I didn't price was the frames, because I didn't know how to price all the frames. So anytime anybody asked, I told them, you know what, grab a handful and tell me what you give for them. And that actually worked out. Most of them gave me about $1 per frame. And a lot of them I bought at Walmart for $2 and $3, so it wasn't really a big deal. Make sure you use easy increments, like a quarter, 50 cents, things like that. You'd be surprised if you start making things a nickel or a dime or things like that, and then you're trying to add them up in your head as they're standing there waiting for them to give you your money, and then for you to give them back their change. That's not a fun thing. So as I mentioned before, if you don't sell a lot of stuff and there's big ticket items, try Craigslist. eBay I've done with some things, some of my electronics that I've used for a while and wanted something new. But for big ticket items like TVs and couches, you really don't want to do eBay because the people got to come and get it. Now eBay Classifieds is free, and I believe it's their kind of answer to Craigslist. So there's eBay Classified where you can post stuff and people in your neighborhood, in your town, can look up what's for sale. And then of course Craigslist, so you can list it on there. I've sold a motorcycle on Craigslist, but definitely check out Craigslist.com. Very easy. Just sign up for an account, make a password, get in there. You can upload folders and describe your items, and then it lists it in your area by what you type in as far as what your area. You select what city you're in, and then it posts it in that particular area. So how will a garage sale save your life? Well, it gets rid of a lot of the junk and a lot of the stuff that you have that you really don't need. A lot of this stuff has been sitting in my garage for a year, so I never really needed it. So I wish I would have sold it last year. I never needed it. There's a lot of stuff that we found in closets that were like, really? Why did we throw these in a closet? Why do we even need all this space with closets to throw stuff in that we never use? So I only got rid of $200 worth of stuff, which is really nice. I didn't get rid of a lot of the big stuff, but the stuff I got rid of, I was just so happy to see it go. I almost thought, take everything for $1, but I need the money for our RV dreams for sure. But it felt like such a relief to get rid of that stuff. It felt so good, and it's feeling so good to rid ourselves of this junk, because the junk just owns you, because you're gonna work yourself to death just to get more junk. No thanks. So that's how it's gonna save your life. It's gonna simplify your life, minimize your life, and help you get rid of the junk you don't need. So the stuff I have left over, we're gonna have another garage sale for sure. Might be a month or so. In fact, the neighbor came over and they said they wanted to have a garage sale, so they wanted us to let them know so that we could have a kind of a garage sale together, which is kind of cool. Make sure you check out the blog, UncleBobbyJr.com, and there should be some more tips for you to figure out how a garage sale can save your life.